Isaac-Weithers is a woman marked by her unwavering faith, which she demonstrates in her work as a Christian counselor. She uses faith-based counseling strategies to help persons, primarily young girls, through various aspects of their lives. Dora is also an avid writer and has published several books with the intention of offering nuggets of wisdom to her reading audience. Hi Dora, my name is Michelina and I'm your host. Welcome to At the Feet of the Elders. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for being here, Michelina, and I hope we can do something really positive together.
Well, I see I have some porridge in front of me, and it is very different from the oatmeal I'm used to. Tell me about this porridge.
Okay, it's made from green bananas, and I mean green. It must be firm, you know, not even looking like it's gonna get ripe. And what I did was, there are several different ways online, but I grated in the blender with the milk and the cinnamon, and that's all it is. Put it in the pot and cook it slowly until it comes to a good consistency for you. I have sugar in this, but if you use the box milk with the vanilla flavors and all that, you may not need sugar. So I hope this will be to your taste.
So I've never eaten green fig porridge before, and how you make it is you grate the green fig. So I could do it, like if I'm trying it, I could do it on a grater traditionally if I want to feel
You
special.
have a blender though.
Yeah, but I want to feel special, like I'm a proper Kittitian woman grating up the banana.
You can, but oh, that's gonna be, because it's gonna turn black, you know, the iron in it, so.
But it's good for the pictures, Brenda. Everybody has to go on Instagram now.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even come Instagram.
It has to be picturesque.
Okay,
Dora.
yeah.
I have to like grate it for the
You can be different.
blender. And you blend it up to like, you know, well, we know what a banana looks like, to chop it down to size. You put the milk in there, and then when it's done down to size, like find like the pieces of, I would say, normal porridge, like oatmeal and the cream of wheat, then you
Cream of wheat also.
it comes down to like cream of wheat things. Oh, so you mince it up in the blender. So I've never tasted it. Let's taste it.
Taste it and tell me what you think.
It tastes really good.
Good.
It is really good for true. I was like, do I have to pretend it tastes good?
Exactly. But it's very healthy. The starch in it.
The iron too?
Iron, lots of potassium. And the starch, they say, doesn't cling like regular starches. This is the best form of starch you could find in any of our vegetables. But it's very good. I make it, I make a pot full and I share it with some of the elderlies around me. And they all like it. I have tried to give some of them the green banana, and they tell me, take it back and make the porridge.
Of course, they want good porridge service, and it's really tasty. So tell me about your childhood. Did you learn to make this in childhood?
No, I just learned to make this maybe like last 10 years or so. But I grew up about 200 yards from here. When you're coming into Hermitage from last year, you see that big landslide right there. My house used to be on that side of the landslide, and then in the 1960s it was getting really bad, and I remember Bracha, who was then the Prime Minister, I remember the old people calling him Papa Bracha, coming in and arranging for us to move out because the spot where our houses were fell into the river.
Wow.
Yeah, so they moved us up and brought us.
Your house actually fell into the river?
Yeah. So we were, and then the houses were thatch houses, so it's not like we wanted to move them anyway. Then they put us in the prefab buildings, and then they moved us further up where we had brick houses, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So eventually you came to this area in Keon.
Yeah, well, we moved further up. This is people moving back because my mother, she moved up with her mother and siblings, And then she decided to be on her own. And she came back, she bought a house from the Hermitage Estate after the sugar thing was coming to an end. They were selling out. So she bought a 2-bedroom house. And of course, we've added to it.
Are you getting a share of the profits from your bank? Kimberly is. Every year, First Federal returns a share of its profits to members like Kimberly. Nice, right? As a credit union, our members are the owners. They own the place. Kimberly reaps rewards every year because she purchased permanent shares and is well on her way to creating wealth. So what are you waiting for? Be like Kimberly. Get your share of the profits. The more you purchase, the more you earn. At First Federal, we say yes to creating wealth.
What are some fond memories you have of your childhood?
You know, nowadays, I just thank God that I had a happy childhood. Because especially in counseling, you meet so many people whose lives were messed up as kids. There's a lot of incest, abuse of every other kind. And so I don't remember having a lot of what kids would call fun nowadays. I had my dolly made of the grass. I don't know if you know that. If you pull up the grass root, the root is long, and you wash that out and you pretend that's a doll's hair, turn it upside down, and then you put a string around the rest of the grass so it looks like the waist. That was my doll. I had a lot of cousins. I'm an only child, but I have an aunt who has 12 children. I have an uncle who has 12 children. So I had a lot of cousins around me, and you know, we were good. We were good, yeah, we were good.
Okay, so you had a big family, even though you were only child.
Yeah, I had lots of cousins on both sides.
The simplicity of your toys and your big family kept you happy.
And there was church. I mean, you know.
What church did you go to?
I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
Okay. So you keep the Sabbath holy?
Yes,
And you
Bible
eat
Sabbath.
healthy?
Yes, that's one very good benefit of being a Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah.
They teach you healthy eating and healthy living.
And they have some of the best singers.
Oh, the music is, yes, that is, I'm so glad that you know that.
The Adventist singers are second to none in the Caribbean.
The music is on top.
You grew up in St. Kitts, then you migrated to the U.S., and you spent quite a number of years.
Well, my first trip out of St. Kitts was to Trinidad. The Adventist has a college there. So I went to the Adventist college and graduated from a 2-year course. When I met my husband there.
What did you study, Dora?
Education.
Oh, see?
Then we went to the States because he wanted to further his education. And then I did counseling as well. I didn't make my living from counseling. I did seminars here and there, and they were good, but mostly I did office work.
What is your life in St. Kitts now like? So you got married, you had a family. What is it like being at home and being a Kittitian at home at this stage?
For the first year or two, it was difficult. Getting back, you know, forgetting everything that it was your life. And then I had my mom who was with me for 6 years. I spent 6 years as a caregiver. I stayed with her most of the times, didn't go to church a lot, didn't do anything a lot because I'm an only child. I had to take care of her. But since she has passed, I've been able to go back into church. And I've been doing activities at church. I have taken on in my church the seniors, and I coordinate activities for them. They'll just come out, we'll have fun, we'll do a little devotion, a lot of memory work, you know, and have lunch. And we'll do that
What
one
time?
10:30, 12:30.
We'll be working, so we can't come to lunch. That's why you chose that. You can't come for the lunch with this.
Well, I'm not doing any porridge for lunch, so.
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home. Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
You're a very active woman. What do you attribute having such a long span of activity or any sort of activity in your life? Why are you active?
I think I have lived what that guy called a purpose-driven life. I think there's a purpose. Yes, I think there's a purpose for everything. And my being alive has to be for a reason. The reason cannot be just to sit there and grow old. That happens naturally. I don't have to try for that. What I have to try for is to remain healthy and to be as helpful as I can be, kind, generous, you know, those kind of things, to demonstrate my Christianity, represent God, if that's why he made us in the first place. So there are so many ways I can do that, and I think that is what drives me.
What do you think are some challenges for the elders maintaining activity?
If you did not take care of yourself, you tend to grow old fast with aches and pains. So some people in their 50s and 60s already behave really old.
Their 40s too.
Yeah, they move and they say, ouch, and you know.
My knees.
Yeah, and then some people are just complainers. And the more you complain, the more your complaint will manifest itself. So you have to have a positive attitude, and you have to face life with the realization that you're here for a reason and for a purpose you want to fulfill it. And some people are lazy, plain lazy. I don't have to do it, I will not do it. And so they just stay there and they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. So altogether, there are different reasons why older people sink into aging so fast. But I think the one thing to keep in mind, if you don't want to be that, is to get into your head that you are here to make something of yourself, and you're here to help other people, and you just go about doing it.
How important is purpose?
Purpose is everything. You need a reason to get up. That's what purpose does. Without purpose, life just rolls on. You take what you get. Whenever it comes, it comes. You know, nothing matters, anything goes, that sort of thing. But if there's a purpose, then you continue dreaming. That's something old people think they don't have to do anymore. You have to keep dreaming. You don't know how many more days you have. Give yourself something to work at.
What is the greatest lesson you have learned in life?
Wow, how could you put that into one sentence? I've learned a lot of great lessons, but on the most important list, I would say, is to live right.
Live right.
Be honest about who you are and go from there. No lot of pretense. No pretending you're somebody you're not. And because of my religious persuasion, I would say be a Christian. I mean, somebody else might put it another way, but you have to have God as the center of your being. You have to know that you're not in control of everything. There are things you can't handle, and you have to have a God in there somewhere, so that some sort of supernatural involvement will help you along. You need that. Without that, you are going to fall to pieces so many times over.
Do you have any regrets, Dora? Is there anything you regret?
Yes, when I was younger, I was shy. I think I did not understand the importance of self-esteem. My mother was a laborer in the sugarcane field, and when I was 9 years old, I got a scholarship to go to girls' high school. That was
Miss Pickard School?
Miss Pickard
You
School.
went to Miss Pickard School.
But when I went, it was Miss Langley. Miss Pickard had already gone back to England. And when I found myself among all these high society people, yeah, I felt like I didn't belong.
Ooh.
And today, a lot of people tell me how bright I used to be. But they didn't know when I stopped being bright. I think I was traumatized.
Going into...
Yeah, going into that, I tell you one thing. We were doing a domestic science class. That's what we used to call it back then. And we were to make breakfast. And then we sat and we were eating breakfast. And I took up my cup and I blown it, you know, when it's hot.
Yeah, like it's hot, so you cool it down?
And I remember some people doing that. And
Where's
one
what
of
we
the
did?
girls, I remember her to this day, she belonged to the, you know, hoity-toity people.
Hoity-toity.
And she saw me doing that. And she touched the other person. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know I was supposed to do that, you know? And stuff like that made me stay in my shell because I wanted to see what other people were doing.
And see what was appropriate.
Instead of being myself.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the regrets I had, that I allowed that to keep me back, because it did keep me back.
Approval.
Yes.
Class approval.
And the other thing was they had to give out notes to take home to parents. And when they got to my mother's name, my mother wasn't married. So when they got to her name, they started passing it around. Here, you give Dora. Nobody wanted to give it to me because it was going to be obvious that they knew that my mother wasn't married. And I didn't know I was supposed to feel bad about that either. I grew up
with their mother not being married. It was normal.
Yeah. And I didn't have all these kinds of expectations and standards, social standards and stuff. So those sort of things kept me back, and I felt like I don't belong here. Let me just stay in my corner and see what I'm supposed to do. And I regret not being more forward and learning faster and, adjusting.
I just love the brilliance of the conversation with you, because believe it or not, Dora, the social expectation, and I don't even think it was social more than class.
Class.
The class, that's exactly what it
in some cases it was class.
Class. So it's like you're from a particular class and you are identified by the marriage, you're identified by the skin color, you're identified, your class is identified by where you live and your father's last name. So to not have a father's last name was, of course, dreadful.
And it's my fault in the end.
It's your fault.
Well, I can't blame anybody else. That's what I'm saying. But I think I could have done more. Because now in my old age, I take risks that I wouldn't have taken back then.
If you have one message to tell the younger generation, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to spend time learning the importance of knowing their worth. Because everybody has worth, so I'm not going to tell them they don't have worth. They have worth. But so many of them are not aware of their value. And as a result, they allow other people, especially girls versus boys. If a guy comes up to a girl and he says, well, you're playing this, but I know you're not a virgin.
Who you think you be?
Yeah, and he could wear her down with that until she gives in to him. Whereas she needs to learn that, virgin or not, my worth is the same, my value is the same, and I'm not giving any discounts.
I'm not giving any discounts.
Yeah, if you maintain your value, he would have to learn it and he would have to respect it.
Caring for you comes naturally. It's a role I cherish deeply. That's why we put you first.
When I walk through the doors of First Federal, I carry with me a heart of commitment. That is why we put you first.
The patience that I have learned from work-life balance benefits my daily interactions because every member matters to us.
Hi, can I have a minute of your time?
Yes, we are here for you.
Okay.
Remember, we listen to your needs. My dedication to your needs is our #1 priority.
We are leaders.
We are nurturers.
We put you first.
First Federal Cooperative Credit Union, we have a one-of-a-kind business solution that will simplify your business operations and increase your cash flow. Here's how. Earn 0.5% interest per annum paid monthly on your checking account. Get your first checkbook free. Pay no monthly maintenance fees. Get a pre-approved business line of credit. Get a pre-approved Ubiquity MasterCard credit card. Enroll automatically in our Business Rewards program. Pay no fees for our 24/7 depository service. Get free cash management services. Take advantage of our free payroll services. Take advantage of our business advisory service. So what are you waiting for? Visit your nearest branch to open your Business Builder account today. At First Federal, we say yes to building your business.
What inspired you to become a Christian counselor?
Probably was the only thing I could do, I don't know. But I'm a Christian and I want to do something along that line, but I began with counseling young girls. I always had a burden to see young girls grow up and be beautiful and have fun and do the right thing, enjoy life. I produced the Purity Circle workbook, and what that was, I encouraged the young girls to pledge to a life of purity and also pledge friendship. It has been used in schools in the United States and in Canada, in churches as well as in Christian schools.
You are an avid writer, and I'm sitting here talking to you and I feel the parallel. You're almost like my inspiration. I write a little bit. And I want to publish books. I'm excited about doing that someday. So to see you transforming your work into text that, lives beyond the experience of your workshop or whatever counseling you did is remarkable.
I have been volunteering to coordinate activities in my church for the seniors. A book called Older and Stronger. And this is based really off of my own experience because there's so many things that I didn't do in my younger days, but I still think that since I'm alive, I have the opportunity to do it. And I want to sell that idea to older people. I want to say, we are not dead yet.
Do something.
Yeah.
We still have life.
Why are we still alive? Maybe there's something else for us to do. What I want is for the older people every week to have a cup full of inspiration, and then for the rest of the week, they have a prayer guide.
Meet the Johnson family, living a good life. How are they able to afford all this? By switching their mortgage to National. And you too can take advantage of this great offer. Yes, National Bank's Switch Mortgage will make your dreams a reality with the lowest interest rates guaranteed. You will have more disposable income than ever before. Imagine the possibilities. National Bank Switch Mortgage makes all the difference. Come home to National Bank and get your Switch Mortgage today.
Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
National Home Loans. Get your dream home. All could be yours. Walk through the door. Come take what you need. Get you the keys. All could be yours. What you deserve. National Home Loans. Get your dream home. Get your dream home. Right there. Get your dream home. National Home Loans. Get your dream home.
National Home Loans. Home ownership made easy. When you're with National, you're home.
Really like that. So I could see the gospel, like, you know, faith without works is dead.
There you go.
But you have something there to inspire and to remind you why you are doing it.
That's right.
What do you love most about writing?
Just the idea that there is something I want to say which I think should be said.
Toni Morrison says that. She says, write the book you want to read.
Yeah, yeah.
What impact do you hope your writing would have?
Well, I hope that more people would say things are so much clearer now that I've read your work. I'm inspired because if you could do this, I think I could do it too.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know, those kinds of things. And what I like too is that sometimes when I speak, people say, oh, I got to go do some research and I like that very much. When people say, I have to do some research, they're not taking what I say, but they believe there's more and they want to find it out. I love that.
We all can say that you're an influencer. That's what the young people say.
I know, that's a new word.
It is important for the elder population to appreciate life and live life, even after retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it important for us as elders, or the elders rather, to know that they have life and live life after retirement? Because I'm waiting to be retired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm trying to make 15 years and I'm still waiting to be retired. So I'm like far off from both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think they need to do more than just laze around? Because I'm looking forward to not having to get up to work.
And that's a good point. I mean, it's really something to be grateful for when you come to the other side of your income earning years. But there are some people who retire and retire.
Mm-hmm.
And they stop influencing, they stop supporting and stuff like that. I think that when you come to that age, you realize that you have so much, you do have a lot of wisdom, having lived through some of the experiences, and you need to share them. You also need to continue being grateful to God, because why is He sparing you? You know, so many of your workmates, so many of my schoolmates now are dying. You know, there's a funeral almost every day in that population. Why am I still alive? Well, I feel like there's something more for me to do, somebody else I need to reach. I think I could make a difference. I do not have an audience, you know, I'm not on radio or TV to give a speech every day. I'm not a preacher, so I don't get to preach, that sort of thing. So what do I do with my encouragement? There's an avenue through my writing. So everybody has something that God has gifted them to do. I think writing is one of my gifts.
You see, I write because it's how I share my gift.
Yes.
And I'm going to steal that, Dora.
Good, good, good.
I'm
happy for you.
Sentence.